Yeah, so I guess I asked God to guide my words, and yeah, if I could just touch one person tonight, give them some hope, um, that would be amazing. And I'd ask my higher power to just open the minds of and open the hearts of people who really need to um, hear hear this share. Like just touch them in the right place, and yeah, just guide me in my words, and thy will be done. All right, now that's out of the way. Now that God's out of the way. I'm kidding. All right, so yeah, an alcoholic. It was my birthday 2 days ago. As you can see from the balloons up there, my belly button birthday. Not as exciting, but I thought I'd mention it. I turned 29. I have about 4 years sobriety. I got sober February 4th, 2017 in Santa Cruz. The last movie I watched, Wasted, was Her. It's like that movie where Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with his like an AI system. I thought it was the saddest thing ever. Little do I know, I was just crying over how sad my own life had become. So yeah, that was my last drink. And also it was the day that my alcoholic grandfather died. So I thought it was like something memorable. Uh, he didn't die of alcoholism. He got sober when he was 40. He died because he was fat. Um, I feel like I should focus on the interpreter to make sure I'm. Hey, what up, dude? Hey, oh, I kicked my cat. Sorry. Okay, so Unity Service Recovery. Unity Service Recovery. Actually got sober in California, Santa Cruz. I started going to meetings. Well, because for those of you who weren't here before the meeting started, I really had no more hope for my life. I had tried everything. I had tried making a lot of money. I had tried getting girlfriends. I had tried not getting girlfriends, working out, eating vegan, eating raw vegan, running a lot, only drinking beer, only drinking wine, only drinking hard liquor, only drinking on weekends, or only using other substances. So I really tried everything, and my life was falling apart completely. I was an empty shell of a man. So yeah, I was blessed with the gift of desperation in the sense that it was either I was going to kill myself or I try AA. So I was like, oh, I'll give AA a try, like if it doesn't work, I'll just kill myself after. And I'm not making light of if you have suicidal thoughts, absolutely call someone and tell them, because it is serious. It's just to demonstrate how, like, if when you see me now today where I am, it's such a contrast. So I started going to AA meetings, and my first meeting was in this grimy spot, with well, like down and beaten people that I immediately fell in love with. Like what they spoke about, how they spoke, their stories. I was like, oh, damn, that's my people, These are my people. So, unity, I identified myself immediately. Okay, so recovery. Well, in the first 3 months, I didn't have much recovery. I just attended meetings. So I didn't have the solution of drinking anymore, but I didn't also have the spiritual solution and the 12 steps. So those first 3 months were, they were brutal. Just like emotional fluctuation. I could go from like, I'd go to the meeting, I'd feel elated, happy. I come back home, I just wanted to just scream at everyone. So repeat for 3 months. And I'd go to the meeting in the morning. And at some point it was noon and I had already thrown like my third tantrum. And my dad gently was like, maybe you should go to another meeting. I was like, I already went to one this morning. He's like, yeah, but you should go to another one. I was like, okay. Like I said, not much more fighting power in me. I was like, oh, I'll do it, whatever. So I go to the meeting, and the speaker that night was a young dude around my age, super cool. Had the same, he used the same alcohol, kind of drank like me. I related to him. I really related to him, and I just remember going up to him after the share and being like, I don't know how this works. I don't even know what this is, but do you want to be my sponsor? And he said, yeah, do you have the big book? And I was like, what's the big book? So he's like, all right, I'll buy it for you. Pay me back next time. So he bought me the big book. This is actually the French one, so it's here somewhere. Anyway, so he bought me the big book, $10 American. And he's like, read the preface. Yeah, preface. That's the word. I don't know if that's the before the first chapter. Just read all that. I'm like, okay. And he's like, here's my number. Call me tomorrow. I was like, okay, I'll do that. Honestly, he was just so cool. I was like, I'll do whatever, man. Like, just to hang out with you. Like, I really felt like such a piece of shit. I'm like, this guy's so cool. I'll fucking read this book. I don't care. I didn't really genuinely believe I was an alcoholic. I didn't understand the concept. I was like, I just want to hang out with this Leif dude. He's like a surfer California dude. Like, let's do it. Okay, so well, I started reading the big book with him. We met up every day. We went through the big book from the first page to page 300. Well, that end, and then the short stories after. And I realized halfway through that I was in fact an alcoholic. Oh, sorry, that's Mr. Chunky meowing. He wants food. So yeah, I realized I was an alcoholic because I, in fact, had no control over my mood, my emotions once I started drinking. So I could have a beer, I could stop, but then the rest of my day, the rest of my week was ruined until I had another beer, until I could really get drunk. Because my idea of an alcoholic before was like, well, you have one beer and then you become the Hulk and you just need to have 100 more. I was like, maybe I'm not an alcoholic, but alcohol just, that's all I could think about all the time. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm an alcoholic. So unity, I identified as an alcoholic. Unity, recovery, I did my 12 steps as mentioned in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I did my 4th and my 5th in California, which was my first spiritual awakening because I had some secrets that I was willing to die with. A lot of shame related to them. And I was like, well, I'm in California, so even if he does call the cops, I'm in a different country, so like nothing can really happen. That's what was going on in my head. And so I did my 4th and 5th. He listened to me with so much love. And yeah, he was just like, okay, next thing, 6th and 7th step. And I was like, oh, wow, there's another human being and a higher power who has heard my deepest and darkest secrets. And he didn't scream at me, didn't say, I hate you. He just accepted me with love. And I was like, I think it was in that moment that I was like, all right, I'll do whatever it takes, because this AA thing, like it's for real. It's really for real. Okay, so I'm in California. I do my steps. I have to come back to Canada at some point because I'm from here. California is great, but I live in Montreal. Come back to Montreal. Immediately find 2 home groups. I get involved. Unity Recovery Service. Unity Service Recovery Service. Yeah, so service. So I get involved. 2 home groups. I'm looking for. I'm just looking for people that I can relate to. So young alcoholics, and that's where I found Monkey Paw, which is Montreal, Quebec Young Peoples of AA. Spells out Monkey Paw. And well, really, I loved it because we organized the New Year's party, and I fucking love partying. Like, I'm sober, but I love dancing. I love listening to good music. So New Year's party, sober as hell, just ripping up the dance floor. So much fun. So I got involved at Monkey Paw. Um, we even went to Boston. I don't know, last year, 2 years ago. I don't remember. Time doesn't make sense with COVID. But last time there was the Icky Paw. It was in Boston. It was so fucking good. Oh my god. So many young alcoholics who love AA. It like rekindled my love of AA. I already loved AA so much, but I was like, just like thousands of people in the same room. Just the vibe was incredible. If ever you guys have the chance, like, I'm definitely coming next time when the borders open. I'm gonna come visit you guys for the next Icky Paw. Oh, I have shivers. It was crazy. Okay, so service was good, but I felt like I could do a little more because, like, I have really, like, AA's number one priority in my life, just because AA has given me everything I have. So AA, regardless of what I have, is number one. So I was like, okay, I was talking to my sponsor in California because now I have one here and one in California. And he was talking to me about like HNI, hospitals and institution. Yeah, and we don't have that in Montreal. We don't have HNI. You guys have HNI. So I was like, oh, I still want to get involved in prisons because I should definitely be in jail. I just never got caught, so I'm gonna get involved. So I got involved at the pénitencier. It's like the prison where you go for minor offenses, so less than 2 years. Yeah, so like nothing like murder, but like drunk driving, theft, minor theft, getting into fights, just basically like things that I did but never got caught doing. So like me going there is just like I have to be there because just the fact that they let me out every time I go in is a miracle, you know. Incredible service. I'm very sad that I feel for the boys in jail right now because of COVID, because I really grew attached to them. They're amazing, and like it really made my recovery. And it's kind of been hard since I have been able to go to jail, which is funny to say, but like it really gave my life purpose, you know. And yeah, so I guess I'm a bit sad about that. That was a great service, and yeah, I lost my trail of thought because I'm thinking about the guys in jail who don't get to go to meetings, who don't even get to do Zoom meetings. Like they have the big book, but they only have each other. So the fact that we're here, that we can, like, I'm so grateful I can see all you guys tonight. You know, like I do little meetings. Maybe the biggest is like 40, 50 people in Montreal. So this is like such a gift. I'm definitely going to keep coming back and getting in touch with so many alcoholics from all over the United States. Like it's a blessing. It's a gift that I'm still alive, and it's yeah, COVID is hard. I also have mental health problems and I'm medicated. That's like an outside issue, but also like I'm not really I'm not ashamed of it. That's how I am. I like I should be dead, but instead I'm serene and medicated. So like that's okay. I'm cool with that. Like I'm a good influence for people around me. I help people get sober. So like I'll put my ego aside and just take the meds my psychiatrist tells me to take. If it helps me sleep better and be of better service. So yeah, I put my timer in. It said the time's up. I would love to keep sharing for so long and talk about AA, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. And super grateful that Julia asked me to share, and just that this meeting exists. And I love you guys so much, and have a good 24.